Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home. Welcome everybody to the Heal Your Hunger Show. I'm so happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive. Yes, it is. Woohoo! And you're going to love my guest today. First things first, I want to invite you to come to the Heal Your Hunger Tribe. That is our private Facebook group in Facebook, obviously. And this is where we do Transformation Tuesdays every week. And we have giveaways and we have really super cool guest speakers. So jump over there, go on Facebook and just type in Heal Your Hunger Tribe. And then please join us there. Also, join us and tell us how you liked our show today, because it's going to be a good one. I'm really excited about my guest. Jenn Malecha am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay,
Malecha.
Sorry. Malecha supports busy, health-minded professionals in taking control of their health by giving them access to the right labs and resources to find the missing pieces of their health puzzle so they can actually fix what's wrong and get back to feeling like themselves again. She is trained in functional diagnostic nutrition and transformational coaching. She actually creates personalized health rebuilding programs for clients that are realistic and sustainable for long-lasting results. Jenn, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Trisha. I'm so excited to talk to you and your tribe.
I'm so excited to have you, and you are a walking, talking representative of awesome health. For those who are just listening, she's gorgeous, beautiful. She has great eye makeup that I always admire when I see her. So it's just great to have you here. You just really inside and out. You just are a beautiful, bright light in this world. So tell me about how you got into health, because you're like way into health.
Yeah, I mean, I think I grew up in a house where I was active. So there was a little bit of like a natural like kind of aspect to it. And we had a garden, and my parents were pretty good about trying to give us like wholesome meals. But, you know, typical teenager, I ate all the crap in the world that I wanted to. Definitely did some binge eating, and college did not treat my body so well in terms of what I ate and I drank.
Yeah, you just hold on. My recording is it's messing up a little bit. I do not know why. Go ahead and talk about start from your personal story and see if it can get better.
Okay.
See, it says my internet connection. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right, let's try it again. So I was just saying that, you know, I grew up in a household where I was a pretty active kid, and we had a garden, and in college and in high school, though, I ate all the crap that I wanted in the world. And in college is when I really started to notice that my health was going downhill, basically. Like I started to develop allergies, seasonal allergies, when I'd never had them before. Like I had fatigue all the time, and I just chalked it up to this is what college is all about, right? It's just hard. And it wasn't until I was diagnosed with skin cancer that I really just had this light bulb moment that something was not right in my body. And the interesting kind of fact that goes along with that is that I actually majored in kinesiology, which is the study of the body. And I pursued a degree that emphasis was in fitness, nutrition, and health. So that's what I studied. So I was like the healthiest person that I knew, right? Doing all the right things. I was a personal trainer. So I was counting calories and exercising all the time. And so when I was slapped with this like skin cancer diagnosis, it didn't really make sense. Because I thought I was.
But you're counting calories. I lost you. My screen froze. So you're counting calories, just say from that point.
Yeah. So I was counting calories and exercising. And when I was slapped with the skin cancer diagnosis, it just didn't really make sense in my head. And nobody in my family had skin cancer, any relatable cancers. And so that really made me look at, you know, this was a product of me, you know, something that was going on inside me. And I stumbled upon functional diagnostic nutrition, which is what I'm certified in, as you said, ran some functional lab tests on myself, and it really just brought so much perspective to what was going on with my health. Like I was one of those people that looked perfect on paper when I would go to the doctor, but I didn't feel like my best self. And according to my functional lab work, I was a hot mess on the inside. My liver was clogged. My adrenals were a wreck. I had bacteria, parasites, all kinds of things going on. And so through that journey, that kind of like then sparked this journey of health for me, where I have, rebuilt my relationship with my body, with food, with what a healthy lifestyle means for me. And now I kind of teach others to do the same thing.
Beautiful. And you do it well. So talk to me about some of the common complaints that people have when they come to you.
The number one thing that people eventually end up saying is that they just don't feel like themselves in their body. And usually through some discovery work, like that's what we kind of come to, right? So they typically will be struggling with weight loss. They've tried a lot of the like diets out there. They've tried paleo, they've tried keto, Whole30, different, counting calories, all the things, and they still struggle with weight loss or just maintaining their weight in a sense. Oftentimes their digestion is a wreck, that they're not sleeping well. And then hormone imbalances, especially in women, are another big one where I get a lot of young girls that are being diagnosed with PCOS, or that they're struggling to get pregnant when they're in like the most fertile stages of their life. And then even like women across the ages too, as they've gone through or approaching menopause, and all the solutions that have been provided for them are, hormone replacement therapy. And it's either they're feeling like awful as a result of it, or it's left their bodies a wreck afterwards, basically. And really, it comes back to this sense of like, I used to feel great in my body and I don't anymore. So I want to feel like myself. And that's how I was feeling too. Like when my health issues were coming up, I was like, I just don't feel right in my body. Like something here is wrong. This is not who I know myself to be and how it can feel in my body, basically.
Yeah. So you run the tests, and then what do you typically discover?
So I like to, when I run tests, it's kind of like a couple of different tests to look at the whole picture of the body. So we run a test to look at the hormone, immune, digestion, detoxification, energy, and nervous systems. And so we'll see what we talk about in FDN, functional diagnostic nutrition. What we call it is like metabolic chaos. Like there's just kind of chaos going on everywhere. Like the liver's kind of clogged. We'll come across like different parasites, bacteria, yeast overgrowth that are going, cortisol and other hormone imbalances that are happening. And, I always say it's kind of like that age old question of what came first, the chicken or the egg. Like we don't really know which system went down first, but now they're all dysfunctional. And so based upon that information, then I will really tailor the health rebuilding program for somebody that includes diet, rest, exercise, stress reduction, and supplementation, because it's a holistic approach to kind of, boost the function back in the body to balance, essentially.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And then how long does it take to get better when you have these issues?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I wish that there was like a specific answer that was super simple and easy. That's just not how health works, right? But I can say that, the very first thing that I focus on with people is maximizing digestion. So we have them add in a couple supplements that are going to boost their digestive ability, and then also working on diet. So those are within the first 7 to 14 days, like we're implementing strategies and things that are going to help them in those areas. And so I would say that they start feeling better like immediately as a result of some of those changes. Their energy will go up. They start sleeping better. They start pooping better, all those things. And then it can take anywhere from a couple of months to 6 months or 9 months to fully resolve like the primary issues. But all along that way, they're like starting to resume themselves, basically.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And then how often do you meet with your clients?
So I have like a collaborative approach with my clients. So when I work with them, it's kind of like an open-ended package where we just have like a number of sessions, and that way we can utilize the sessions to meet them where they are. So I'd say on average, I meet with my clients about once every 2 to 3 weeks, but if they need more support and accountability, we might meet weekly. And if they're really self-directed and driven, like we even space that out and meet once a month. So I'm just meeting them where they are in terms of what kind of support and accountability they need.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know your approach is very, I don't know if what the right word is. It's integrative. Like it covers a lot of different things, not just diet, not just exercise, but a lot of different, a blend of approaches that work together.
Yeah. And that's why I call myself the holistic health boss. And my little tagline is empowering the whole body naturally, because it's not, it's a multi-pronged approach. It's looking at diet, it's looking at sleep. I like to say that sleep is more important than diet and exercise in most cases, because if you're not sleeping well, the whole system can't function as it's supposed to. We look at toxins because they play a role in, what's stressing the body. So like the main kind of message or teaching that I want my clients to walk away with is that for them to be able to identify kind of the burden of stress on their body at any point in time that's making them feel not like themselves, and to know what to do to relieve that stress. And I ask them to redefine the word stress, because normally hear the word stress and we think like, oh, it's mental, emotional. It's the argument with my spouse or partner or something like that, or the crappy coworker that I have to deal with. But stress is anything that places a burden on the body. So it could be the foods that you're eating or how you're eating. Like if you're eating in a stressed state, digestive upset comes, like 75% of it is from, the way that how we're eating and who we're being when we're eating, not just the food that we're consuming. So that's one, a different example of stress. Or it's the toxins that are in your environment. It's over exercising or under exercising. It's if the liver is clogged. So we really look at like, what are all of the variables that are contributing stress to the body, and how do we kind of alleviate that? And through that process, the client just gets so much education and knowledge. So now they're just more aware. Like it heightens their awareness, and it also heightens like their options for like, I'm not stuck in this way. I do have control over this, because now I'm aware of all these things and I can take action. I can be proactive about, really, supporting my body so that I can feel my best all the time or as much as possible.
I love that. And what's something that you feel like is like the number one thing somebody should do if they want to immediately feel better?
I think that's just tuning into the body, because I just posted about this actually this morning on my Instagram. Like I posted a picture of my breakfast and I said, I eat when I'm hungry. And I've been talking a lot just on social media about consciously eating. When we consciously eat, like it's kind of worth it. It's when we unconsciously eat, then we beat ourselves up for what we ate because we weren't present in the moment. And we probably picked something that wasn't great for ourselves. But the other side of that too is like, I am a big fan of the keto diet, but I'm a bigger fan of honoring my body. And so when I tune into my body, if it says that it's hungry, like it did this morning, I normally would have done an intermittent fasting morning today because it's my day off from working out, but I was hungry. So it's that conscious connection with our body, which if we really tune into that, it holds all the answers. I think that oftentimes we're seeking external answers, like who says what the right diet is, or what is this person doing, or we're moving through life too fast, like searching for that, when like if we really just get quiet and still, like it's all right here, like inside of us.
Girl, you're singing my song. I call it the divine physician.
Oh, I love that.
Within. Yeah, because we do have that higher wisdom that knows and always knows. And we actually, frankly, we distract ourselves from that message with all this obsession with what does that expert have to say, or what's that book got to say, and what does she say I should eat? And it's like nobody can be the authority on who we are and what should go in our bodies, really, ultimately, but us. I mean, we gather information, that's important, but ultimately we do have to check in and listen, and that's so, so important. So I'm so glad you said that.
So important. I like to say that you are unique, and therefore your diet should be too. And
Yeah.
like, if you look at the diet, all these diets that are out there, like paleo, Whole30, like keto, all the ones that I've mentioned so far, they provide us with a framework, for example, of like, okay, here are some ideal foods to eat that might work for you. But ultimately, like they don't tell us like, well, what's the combination of protein, fats, and carbs that we should be eating those foods in that can make us feel our best?
Absolutely.
I also like to say there's a difference between eating healthy and eating right for your body. Like eating right for your body will incorporate healthy foods, but not every healthy food is right for your body. And that's very true for somebody, let's say, with an autoimmune condition like myself, that quinoa is touted as like a superfood, but with my autoimmune condition, grains actually really aggravate me. So that's a healthy food that I shouldn't be eating because it's not right for my body. So I help people kind of go through this exploratory process of creating that conscious connection with their body, the awareness, and doing some what I call food and body language journaling to see what their body's saying. How is it responding to that food that you're eating? And I think when we do that, then we can make these conscious, educated decisions about, okay, when I eat that, it makes me feel that way or crappy. So if I eat this, then I'm going to feel good. And it kind of reinforces the positive feedback loop versus like the negative feedback loop too.
I love that. That's beautiful. Well, It's so good to have you, Jenn. I know you have a free gift, which is super cool. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I have a free 21-day program that helps you to figure out why you don't feel good in your body or you're feeling sick and tired all the time. And it's, a 3-week program. So during week 1, you actually dive into this diet stuff like I'm talking about, where you do some of that food and body language logging to see what kinds of clues your body is giving you about the foods that you're eating. And then you can kind of manipulate and change up your food and check again to see if that fits you better. And then week 2 is all about sleep. Like I said, I think that we need to value sleep more than diet and exercise sometimes. So you kind of explore your sleep. And because if you're not sleeping well, like you're going to have cravings, you're going to crave carbs more and all those things. So if we fix the sleep, then we can cut the cravings sometimes or whatever's going on. And then week 3 is all about exploring your gut health, like assessing yourself to see like, are there bacteria, parasites, yeast overgrowth that's going on that are negatively impacting digestion. Those little organisms can take over control of our brain and cause cravings and other things, mood imbalances, and really figuring out there's some hidden healing opportunities, as we like to call them there.
That is an amazing gift. I love it. And you guys can go to holistic, spelled with a W, holistichealthboss.com/heal hunger. It's a very special link. We'll put it in the show notes as well. But holistic with a W, holistichealthboss.com/heal hunger. Now I have a parting question for you, Jenn, and that is, what is your deepest hunger?
Oh, how do I answer that question?
Deep question.
That's a deep question. I think my deepest hunger is joy sometimes. I find that through my journey with food, I tend to like default and want to like binge on something or eat something that I'm not supposed to when I'm not allowing enough joy into my life. And so I'm trying to fill my cup in a different kind of way. So when I'm stressed out and not creating time and space in my day or my weeks to do that. So I would say that joy is like my deepest hunger. And I try to serve that on a daily basis, whether that's through my meditation practice or taking my dog for a walk down to the beach, and just making sure that I do something joyful each and every day.
I love that. That's beautiful. And I'm a color bug. So I think your wall behind you with the plants is joyful.
Oh, yay.
The wall color, rather.
Yeah.
Beautiful sea blue. That's just beautiful. So are you. So thank you, Jenn, so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And everybody, please pop over to the Heal Your Hunger Tribe on Facebook and tell us what your biggest ahas were from this program. Thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next show.
If you enjoyed this podcast and want to get free support, insider health info, exclusive invites to events, and more, visit healyourhunger.com.